Hey guys, Robbie here from Cross and South Bend with our very first special Halloween edition of Amy's Street Corner.
Trick or treat!
Trick or treat. I think one thing we can all agree on is I make a pretty ugly woman. So
I make a pretty ugly man too.
So Amy, what are we making today?
Today we are making a Maple Pecan Apple Crisp, Robbie. So I thought, what other time better than fall? And everyone loves apples at this time, so everyone likes crisp. So I thought we would do a Maple Apple Pecan Crisp. You want to get started?
Yes.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is turn your oven to 350 degrees, which we already did in the back. Second, you're going to take either a pie plate or a 9-inch square pan. You don't really need to grease it because, well, the ingredients will coat it enough and you'll understand. So we're going to take our 3 Granny Smith apples, 2 to 3 medium size or 2 large ones. If you don't like more of a tart apple, which is Granny Smith, you can use Fuji apple. It's a little sweeter, but actually the Granny Smiths hold up a lot better in cooking. So a little tip there. So Robbie actually is going to cut up our apple, or Amy, I should say, maybe?
Yeah.
But this is a great thing, apple slicer here. If you don't have one, it's a great tool. You can use an apple peeler core slicer, but leave the skins on with this one, it's great. So Robbie's just gonna take that and cut up our apple. I've already done 2 in here, and as he does that, gotta use those muscles, Amy, come on. But first thing we're gonna do is take 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and all I'm gonna do is sprinkle it all over the apples. And really, Robbie, just take a spoon like this, like what I'm doing, and just coat them. Don't just dump it in one place, or you won't have cinnamon tasting in one spot. It won't be good. Cinnamon is pretty strong. The other thing that you can do, I just kind of created this recipe on my own, actually. And the other thing you can do, you can use like pumpkin pie spice, nutmeg, clove. You know, put some other spices in it if you would like. After that, we're going to add just a twist of salt. This is how I do my sea salt. There's no really science to it. I just twist it. Put it in, perfect. You can't go wrong. Next, for the filling that's going to go right on top of these apples, and Robbie's cutting up our other apple to throw in here, is we're going to take a 1/2 cup of the coconut cream, or coconut milk, I should say. Now this is the cream and the liquid, and what I did is poured it in a bowl and just stirred it together. So I'm going to take that. Doing a great job. Cutting that apple up. Little small chunks. Then we have a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. So pure maple syrup, I might add. So don't get the stuff that has fake sweeteners in it. Just pure maple syrup, it's the best. And it tastes really good too. Then I'm just going to take a whisk and whisk it up. Sometimes with coconut cream and coconut milk, what can happen is you get chunky. You know, it gets kind of thick. So take a whisk and just whisk it on up. Good job, right?
Thanks.
Let's just throw those apples. Our hands are washed and clean.
Yes.
We'll throw our apples on top.
Okay.
Nice. And then because I sprinkled some cinnamon already on there, I'll just kind of stir it up. And I'll have you do the coconut cream and maple syrup mixture, Robbie. And you can throw that on top of the apples. Just like that. This is how easy it is, guys. Now, tip. Maybe not pour it right in the center of everything.
That's why I have you teaching me.
That's great. So if that happens, no, honestly, I just had to give you a hard time. If that happens, guess what? Stir your apples up in there and get all that goodness all over those apples. So that is it for the filling, Robbie. If you guys have ever made just a regular apple crisp, honestly, the ingredients are apples, butter, flour, sugar, like tons of butter. So we took the butter out of it and put some cream in. So that's it for the filling, guys, and we're going to throw this in the oven for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. So I'm going to have Robbie do that. He's going to turn in. And while that is cooking, then you're going to take your other bowl, and we're going to make the crumb topping for it. Can you see okay today?
Yes. You dressed like me is going to haunt my nightmares.
This is great. This is great. Okay, so our filling, guys, is pecans. I chose to use 1 cup of pecans because I like apples and pecans together. But honestly, you can use walnuts would be a good choice. So I'll have you dump those pecans in. 1 cup of pecans crushed already. If you don't like a lot of nuts, then take it down to 1/2 cup. You really use your liking. You can't mess this up. Then I have a 1/2 cup of coconut flour and then a 1/2 cup of almond flour. Good. And actually I made a mistake. That's not a 1/2 cup. Let me let me rephrase that. It's a fourth a cup of both of those. But if you do a half a cup, you'll just have a little more filling. Then we have our coconut oil. And then once again, coconut oil comes thick. So put it in the microwave. That's 4 tablespoons I just dissolved in the microwave.
Okay.
Then next we have 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And then we have 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar. And he's gonna pour that in.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do no problem. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or an extract of your choosing. Like I said, you can't really go wrong on this. So then we're gonna stir that up. Look how good that is.
That's good.
And I wish, you know how they always say on cooking shows, the
Wish you
smell
could
of
smell-
vision,
yeah, you can
smell of
smell it,
vision, but smell it.
It smells really good.
It does. It really does smell good. So doesn't take long to make the crumb topping. Let's say you want it just a little thicker. You can add more nuts. You can add more flour if you'd like. And that's the fun thing about recipes. Mix and match and play. That's what I always do. And that's what I find. So then you're going to take this out of the oven that we just put in, but make sure I'm do bake it for about 30 minutes. I actually tried different times of putting the crumb topping on top and it would burn quicker. So take it out of the oven after 30 minutes, put it on top and cook it for another 15 minutes. And you're golden. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. You want to see?
Yeah, good.
After you're all done, we'll come around to the front here. And it is this wonderful apple crisp you can kind of see here. And please let it cool because the filling rabi is still pretty warm and liquidy. But after it sits out for about 20-30 minutes, you're good. It's still warm, but the filling is more caramelized. It's kind of thicker, not so thin. But it's really yummy. You want to taste?
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing you can do with this, guys, is add some homemade vanilla ice cream. Mmm.
Some Amy hair in there too. Delicious.
I actually liked it. I was really happy with this recipe. I had fun playing around with it because I love apple crisp and a lot of people do, but I didn't want it with all the calories and all the butter and all the sugar.
That's really delicious.
So there you go. Trick or treat.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to our first very special Halloween edition of Amy's Street Corner. We'll see you guys next time.